right, and you can bring Aspen. Just go that way and bring her through that way. Good morning on a beautiful North Carolina morning. We are planting tomatoes today, finally. Our tomatoes are way overgrown. I probably should have done this a couple weeks ago, but now is the time. And sorry for the wind. It's a beautiful warm day, so the ground will be warm. He's grabbing eggs to go in the hole. We are not showing you how to do this because we're definitely not experts. This is only year 3 of planting tomatoes, but really just the second year of seriously planting tomatoes. We are also using this ground cover for the first time. Hopefully that will cut down on what we need to weed. The kids and I went around the outside of the garden, just tidied it up, and we're gonna get some plants in the ground, so hang on. He's extra excited. Are you extra excited for pasta sauce? Homemade. Oh, there comes the smile. Corbin, you ready for homemade pasta sauce? So real quick, we have 4 varieties of tomatoes. We have some Romas, Florentino. These are, I think these are the black strawberry. No, these are the Sarts. So they're a big tomato that's kind of yellow with a purple top. And these are the black strawberry. We're going to set them out where we want them, and then Corb is going to come behind us with the blowtorch and burn holes, and then we'll go ahead and plant them. So let's get these guys set out. All right, so can you, Dee, we're going to set them like, if you do a foot and a foot apart, that's going to be our distance. Can you grab some and start from that direction on the second line, and I'll start from this direction. Go for the ones with the biggest stalk. Okay, nice and thick, even if they're bendy. Woo, the wind. All right, these might fall down, probably will fall down. So 1 and 2, 2, come on. Whoa, the wind. Nope, second line. Just burn right through that one. That should be good. Right here. No, the wind is blowing. I'm blocking it. It's not lighting. There you go. That's good. Perfect. All right, so we're going to do that all the way down here. finger hole. So turn your root ball sideways, take that back out, just lift it up gently, and turn your root ball all the way sideways. And then, yep, you got it now. Good job. Okay, so Corbin's finishing the last one. Dee's gonna go in here and blow this out a little bit. We have two things to do. Dee's cleaning up our trays so they're ready for next planting. We have a whole bunch of rabbit manure here. We're gonna put some into this bucket, add water, and we're gonna make bunny poop tea, or what were you calling it? Bunny poop shakes? Yeah. We're making bunny poop shakes. We're going to water these tomatoes with the bunny poop shake, and then I have something that's new. Well, it's been here a while, but I've never used it, and we're gonna have to figure out how to use it. But a few interesting things about this ground cover. It has been so dry here. I think they actually say some of our counties are in a drought. And what I've noticed is about an inch or two down, the soil is nice and moist. We have a ton of worm activity. Corbin hasn't found a single worm, he said. But Dee Dee and I probably found, what, every other hole a nice fat worm. So I'm glad to see that activity. And the ground is cooler, and we live in a very hot, humid area. So I'm hoping that this ground cover not only retains some moisture in the ground, but also will help keeping the plant's roots cooler when it's hot outside. So we'll see how this works. It's our first year using it. So far I am very happy. As you can see, we have a ton more space, and experienced tomato people may think that's tight for tomatoes. We're gonna keep them very trimmed down. And I'm not sure how I'm going to support them this year. I kind of have an idea of running the T-post on either side again, like we did last year, but instead of stringing across, setting something high and then putting something all the way down so I can clamp the tomatoes up as they grow. So we will see how that works. Maybe it's a little too tight, but either way we're going to learn from it. So let's make some bunny poop shakes, get these all nice and soaked, and then we're gonna set up the thing that we've never set up before. Okay, so a few weeks ago, my dad sent me this watering system, which is awesome, and I've always wanted to work with one. So for starters, thank you, Dad. I think the concept is very simple. We just run them along and poke holes in it, and then the water is going to drip where we want to. So we're gonna control the irrigation. We've always just either sprayed it ourselves or set up a sprinkler, and that's been a problem for the tomatoes because they're susceptible to disease, and we don't want to be watering the tomato plant. We want to make sure that we are watering just the root and only as much as they need. We don't want to flood them. So we're going to try setting this up and just testing it out. That way it's set up. The ground again is very moist, and we're going to be putting some bunny poop slurry on there to get them settled for now, and this will be for later. It is also supposed to rain tomorrow. Hopefully. We really need the rain. All the grass and the lawn and everything needs the rain, and I'm sure the farmers need the rain too. So we're gonna try this out. Maybe there's directions in here. I haven't even looked inside this box yet. What's that thing?
No idea. Some sort of tablet thing.
I forgot Ruth was gonna send that, and it's been sitting in this box the whole time. Oh my goodness. Go run that into the house. That's for you.
Here, I'll charge that.
No, I got it.
She's got a charger. So we think we've got this figured out. I don't think we need to use these pieces. Eventually, at some point we will, but we're gonna run it like a snake up and down the rows. Corbin figured out that these two pieces would connect the pipe here and then connect here, and there's a little hole in the middle so it'd continue the drip. And then it also would allow us to connect hose to the very end of it, I think, right? That's what we're going with. So we're just gonna run it till we run out and then connect another piece of hose and go from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so Corbin's taking it down, and if you stick that end into the fence, that way it doesn't move around. Here, let me grab that, Dee. Here, hand that one to me. Put it on the other, down. What are you doing? Put it on the ground. Right up against the plant. Yep.
Rain down on them?
No, that's what we don't want to be doing. We don't want the water on the plant. We want the water on the roots. Yeah, so if you stick it in there and then... Alright, so we didn't even have to cut any of it or add parts because it was already set up with the same length as our beds. So we're just kind of like laying it out sort of how we want it. We're going to get the little stakes for this stuff, and then we can stake these right up against our tomato plants and it will drip right where we want it. We're just trying to see if it works, which we have a lot of leak. Alright, turn it off. Oh, there it goes.
We don't even need to make holes. A few holes, so it doesn't.
It doesn't, we don't need to, it's like a sweat.
No, I mean, so it doesn't do that, what it was doing.
Maybe at the end.
Unless we get a
Alright,
silicone
turn
ring.
it back on, but don't turn it on all the way. It'll build pressure at the end of the hose. Okay, that's enough. Alright, well, we don't have a hose we can use because they're all kind of seized together. So I'm going to leave that for Matt to figure out when he gets back. That or we'll just need to get some more hoses. But Dee is going to use, what did you call it? Reese's Pieces Poopy Bunny Slurry and all that jazz.
I forget if I forget Reese's Puff Slush.
Reese's Puff Slush. Does anybody want some Reese's Puff Slush? You gotta pour the whole mound, honey. You want me to do it? He'll be fine.
Here.
There you go. Give them all a nice soak, some fertilizer. Okay, so that concludes our gardening challenge for the day. We have all our tomatoes in. I may do succession planting of tomatoes. I might just plant 10 of each more and plant them. If I lose a plant or something, I've got a replacement, or I might pot them. I'm not sure. We have bell peppers that I want to get a little bigger before I put in, and a few other things we're going to plant, but that is an excellent start, and we figured out how easy that water system was. So thank you, Dad, for sending that. That is greatly appreciated. Before we let you go, we're going to give you a chick update. So our chicks are getting really big and don't really want to be held. So Dee's got 2 of the breeds. So she has the red black-tailed copper Moran with the fuzzy feet here. Can you turn it sideways so they can see it? You can sort of see why they're called, and I think as they get older, the dark on the wings and the tail will become more obvious. She has blue eyes?
Green.
Green, how pretty. And then the other one she's holding is the Anagadori, the long-tailed chickens. And they look,
Purple in their feathers.
yeah, they're really interesting. There's some gray and black ones, and then there's
Ornamental breed.
this one, and then there's a really pretty, that red, deep red one. So the plan with the Morans is to keep all of them and decide between them and the leg bars which rooster we want. For her very unhappy chicken, she's just going to keep 2 hens and a rooster, but she's going to let them develop to see which one she wants to. Corbin has the other 2 breeds of chickens, which are the mottled Houdan, and these guys are cool. Look at their feet. I know, you don't want me to mess with you. They have freckles, and they have this big poof. Those are just for fun. And then we have our cream leg bars, which aren't these, some of them have yellow legs and some of them don't, or is it that chicken? That one, right? Some have blue legs and some of them are yellow. So these are the cream leg bars, the blue egg layers, and they're actually really neat, and they all look just a little bit different. But These guys are getting big. They're great. Loose now. Hang on, I'll help you. Give me just a minute. Anyway, they're still in their grow out pen because they're on chick starter. We're gonna leave them there another couple weeks and then migrate them in with the big chickens. But now I have to help catch the chick, so maybe she'll get it. The Morans are probably the calmest out of all of these. Nobody else likes to be messed with, but the Morans are pretty chill. So I'm gonna do a who's who of the homestead next week because Matt will be home. If you have any questions or want to know anything about a specific animal, drop that down below. Let me know. I will answer you then. But for now, in this wind, take care, be safe, and I'll see you on the next one.